some other type of a business regarding this with respect to these problems. So I think these problems could generate some other entrepreneurial revenues also.
Naturally, that is the opportunity. That is the
Exactly, that is
opportunity.
the opportunity.
Exactly.
That's the
Uh,
opportunity.
huh. We focus on the solution side, no? And it's a
Exactly, sir.
we are staying in that era where few things are necessary or a part of your life. You can't stay
Right,
one
right,
day
right.
without electricity.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't means the communication part, second one, and third food, fourth health. These few areas where day to day new innovations, developments were going on. Okay, and
Right, right.
I am discussing right now about the problems and the challenges we have, but again it is an opportunity.
Right.
Why we are into this segment, because doing business have
There is a problem.
huh, there is a problem and everybody needs a solution of it. Okay, and for doing
Exactly.
business or as an entrepreneurship or as an entrepreneur, you must have two things in your mind. One,
Right.
either you have a huge money bank behind you and you invest it and you come as a one of the competitor. Okay, another one, you have a brain, you have mind, you come up with your solutions as a monopoly business. Okay,
Right, right.
like you see all our businesses, we are not working any kind of competitive business. We have a huge opportunity, we have a huge demand. At present, I will give example. Industry or people were asking, why don't you come in two wheelers electrical segments? Okay, so already industry have very good players in two wheelers. If you come into that segment, we require a huge fund bank. One.
Right.
Second thing, we make a market like anything for that. Means we have to work like those companies, how they work 20, 30 years back. And that company completely converted into this segment. Nobody else was coming on. You see, none of the new company are entering into two wheelers. Okay, so that is a very common example. Apart from that, I will give you a very concrete data. Okay, about it. I just write it few points also for you people.
You can present also, sir. No issues. If you
Huh,
have
I have
presenting
a
the same.
presentation also, and I have to connect it. Just to finish it up. Then, those sources of electricity production, such as coal, oil, natural gas, have contributed to one third of the global greenhouse gas emission. Okay. It is essential to raise the standard of living by providing cleaner and more reliable electricity. Okay. India has increasing energy demand to fulfill the economic development plans that are being implemented. Okay. The provision of increasing quanta of energy is a vital prerequisite for the economic growth of the country. The National Electricity Plan (NEP) is a government division framed by the Ministry of Power, has developed a 10 years detailed action plan with the objectives to provide electricity across the country, and has prepared a further plan to that power is supplied to the citizens effectively and at a reasonable cost. Okay. Here just I will give you example. Since 2014, in India, 72 more than 72,000 villages, they didn't get electrical lines also. Okay, that
Right,
was
right.
the condition. In last 6 to 7 years, all that were cope up. Almost more than 50% of these villages already get the lines, in which solar
Right.
microgrid platforms works amazing platform to them. Okay, so that is the only solution of it. I will give you another very concrete example of hydro energy also. According to the World Resource Institution report 2017, India is responsible for nearly 6.65 of the total global carbon emission. You
Right.
see the ratio, okay, ranked fourth next to China, 26.83%, USA 14.36%, and Europe 9.66%. Climate change might also change the ecological balance in the world. Intended nationally determined contributions index, INDCS, have been submitted to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Paris Agreement. The latter has hoped to achieve the goal of limiting the rise in global temperature to well below 2 degrees centigrade. According to the World Energy Council prediction, global electricity demand will peak in 2030, and India is one of the largest coal consumer in the world presently, and mostly imports costly fossil fuels. Closest to 74% of the energy demand is supplied by coal and oil at present scenario. Okay. According to the report from the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, the country imported 171 million ton of coals in 1415, 215 million tons in
Okay.
1415, 207 million tons in 1516, 195 million tons in 1617, and 213 million tons in 1718. Therefore, there is urgent need to find alternate sources for generating electricity.
Yeah, yeah.
You see the factual data. This data we got it from Ministry of Renewable Energy and United Nations sources. Okay, so that is the condition, and in that way, how much you can consume, because fossil fuel sources is limited in the world. Okay,
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
so when we came in, when we see this alternate energy sources for energy, India is aiming to attain 175 gigawatt of renewable energy. Okay, which 100 gigawatt from solar, 10 gigawatt from biopower, 60 gigawatt from wind power, and more than 270 gigawatt overall we will get it, which is significantly above the ambiguous target. Okay, the promises are as follows: 58 gigawatt by foreign companies. Okay, you see, in India, almost more than 80% energy production is from foreign company. So, what kind of opportunities you have in your hand? You understand it? Okay. Then 191 gigawatt by private companies, 18 gigawatt by private sectors. Okay, and 5 gigawatt by Indian Railways. Recent
Okay.
estimate shows that in 2047, solar potential will be more than 750 gigawatt and wind potential 410 gigawatt. To reach the ambitious target of generating 175 gigawatt renewable energy by 2022, it is essential that the growth creates 332 330,000 new jobs are creating, and this is the best opportunity in this segment.
Sir, already by the opportunities and threats, so you have already indicated towards some upstream and downstream businesses related to these alternate energy sources. So definitely now a question for our entrepreneur friends, or to be the potential entrepreneurs friends, it will be very helpful for them. Sir, what are the upstream and downstream businesses opportunities attached with this alternate energy resources, so they can take up maybe some cost worthy for them?
naturally, we see the top stream, not the up stream, top stream of the industry also, and
Yeah.
downstream in last 2 years, we already see all the investors will stop. Okay, that was the major drawback or setback for the industry. Okay, because investments were coming mostly from the foreign countries.
Okay. Still now.
Till now, our one of the biggest plant that is going to be established in Surendnagar, Gujarat, and it's a $320 million project. Okay, and the funds were coming under FDI. Okay, and that was hold completely for last 2 years. As the pandemic start, everything will stop in May 2020. Everything means the connections, mails, calls, everything will stop. Only a single mail we got it that the process will be re-established after the pandemic. So you understand the scenario, and as per the government policies uh, and regulations, that is quite tough for every industrialist to pay the
Right.
salaries and to take care of the employees, because employees is just like your family. Okay, so you are
Right. Right.
responsible. People feel that entrepreneurship is very easy, but when you are heading a family, okay, as entrepreneur you are heading a big large family, so you have to work it out for everybody. No, not for your family only. Okay.
Okay.
So we work for the organizations across the energy sectors. Major faced in utilities. Okay. Then in the developers part, investors is the major column. Tech companies, tech support companies, government bodies, okay, regulators as they shape strategy and improve operations and capture values. Okay, till 2019, there was no or any kind of tax were implementing in solar segments. Okay, after that it was implemented 5%, and again after pandemic from last October it increases to 12%. So that is again you see the downstream of it, business were lacking. Okay, upstream our business grows like anything. India is almost we cover hardly 1% solar energy or alternate energy segment in India. So we have 99% place is still available where no competition is involved. So these are a few basic things.
It's a government of India schemes
Government of
in this sector.
India schemes. I want to share some presentation on it. Uh,
Sure, sir. Please.
but depart three, four more points. The comprehensive strategy for the electric utility,
Okay.
solar photovoltaic development upstream and downstream. You see, because it lacks almost 12% downfall after pandemic. We see it. Okay,
Right. Right. Right.
competitive advantage of an offshore developers who are working in India. Okay, so they completely stop it, all the work. Developing efficiency opportunities with offshore developer and enabling 5% capex reduction and 3% timeline acceleration. You see that. Okay, and accessing opportunities in renewables. It is quite slow. Okay, and future capabilities is very strong. Means now the industry will start, and we have a very long chain of orders, as well as business decisions were taken by many governments, as well as private players also, industries also. Uh, we developed a suite of proprietary tools and methods in which consist of so many things. It's again a very big area for the discussion. Okay, but after pandemic, we have a very huge scope of
Sir, we went through a very hard times. Sir, after this post-pandemic, do you feel that there is any changes in this alternate energy sector?
naturally. But I will
Currently,
your last
each and
query.
every sector has got bombs, right?
Yes.
In their face.
Huh.
So, if alternate energy sector is also having some type of glitches something like that, or sometimes some problems something like that, if you could focus on that, those points.
Just give you a snapshot of the government schemes. Can I share this
Okay.
presentation?
Yes, sir, sure. Please go on. Sir, there is a open share tray, sir. In your screen, an open share tray is coming, sir. You just click on it.
ASRDEEP office. I am connecting with the ASRDEEP office.
Just connecting. Sir, open share tray.
Open share tray.
One of your minds, sir. You have to do one of your minds. Yes. From there you connect.
In this, it is not active. Only meeting organizers and presenters can share.
Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
Hello.
Your one is muted.
Only meeting organizers and presenters can share.
Please unmute your mic, sir. Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Now
Only,
you are audible.
option is here. Only meeting organizers and presenters can share.
Okay. Fine. I am contacting. Chaitra, madam, am I audible to you, madam?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, madam. Please give the access. What is it? Akhilesh sir and also ASRDEEP office.
Yes, for sure. Sir, I believe Akhilesh sir is already added as a presenter.
Now it is been added, sir.
ASRDEEP office, madam.
Okay.
You can
It's
add
done.
ASRDEEP office. Probably sir will be presenting through ASRDEEP office, right, sir? Akhilesh
Sir,
sir?
sir, it is reflecting now. ASRDEEP, it's reflecting as presenter.
I
Okay.
check.
Sir, please take.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because these are the problems. If anybody is coming for this type of consultancies or ready-made solution, a one-stop solution for all those things, that would be a business for them.
Can you please repeat it? Voice is not audible.
Yes, sir.